Hi, my name's Pat. I'm here today with my friend Brian the Sock Puppet. Here he is. Brian's a conservative sock puppet, and I'm not. But anyway, I think that's kind of always good. It's good to have an option to talk to people. Don't you agree? Yes, I think so. Well, anyways, my friend Brian here has been kind of messing with things lately, and he's managed to make a lot of teachers mad in the last few days. One of my friends who's a teacher was really kind of ticked off by some remark that one of his ministers made. It was something to do with spending their own money. Anyway, she was not a happy person. In fact, she said, I really wish that I could go out and vote today. You know, Brian, I got to tell you, it would probably behoove you to step down. Have you thought about it? You're going to do it, aren't you? Yeah, we all know that. It's only a matter of time. I do have to wonder, you know, would you like to have somebody remember you kindly? No? Are you thinking that it would be better to be remembered unkindly? No. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But, I guess that's life. That's your decision. And if you want to go down in history as one of those people who is destructive, I guess you can. You know, one of the most constructive people I've ever heard of as a politician in Manitoba, I have to tell you this, he was conservative. Brian's acting surprised there. The truth of the matter is, his name was Duff Roblin, and Duff was a decent chap who was facing an incredibly difficult situation after a huge flood of Winnipeg in 1950, which, by the way, wasn't the first time. He'd had it. So he dug a giant ditch around us, and that was really good. And then along comes this guy who was a member of this party called the NDP. And the only thing that that particular guy could do was say that he'd spent a lot of money, which was, by the way, a pretty common tactic. It had been used, ironically, by a conservative in Ottawa only 10 years prior to that, named Diefenbaker. Yeah, so you're not exactly immune. But, I have to ask you, Brian, do you intend to try and muck up the school system? No, you're not talking about this. I get it. I got to tell you, though, you were there, and I know, because I was selling hospital beds when we had a centralized purchasing system for healthcare, and you were part of the party, and you were in cabinet. Don't tell anyone you weren't, Brian, when you made the decision to come up with the regional health authorities. Do you remember that? Don't tell us lies. We all know you were there. You took off right after that for federal politics, and you made a couple of mistakes there too, by the way. Apparently there was a letter that you wrote that was against the Constitution of the Conservative Party, but I don't believe me. Look it up at Wikipedia. It was kind of shocking, actually. Anyway. Ah, dear. Brian, look, I guess the point is this. You decentralized the healthcare system because you said it would be more efficient. And now you're telling us that you're going to abolish the school boards because it will be more efficient. Are you a little bit schizophrenic? A man, a few words. He doesn't like to talk, I can tell you that. The truth of the matter is, I don't think he really thinks these things through, or maybe it's nothing to do with him at all. Maybe there's a bunch of people around him who are, well, not very bright. And they just, come up with these ideas, and they all agree with each other in some sort of an echo chamber, which they like to think of as unique, and don't really pay much attention to what's going on. Do you ever feel like you're in an echo chamber when you're in a cabinet? Yeah, you do. It's fine. Most politicians will admit it, even Jason Kenney. And I mean, Jason Kenney, that takes some doing for him to admit that. After 10 years, though, yeah, he felt like he was in an echo chamber. And he wasn't alone. Peter MacKay said the same thing. Oh, yes, after 10 years in government, it's sort of a useless thing. And sometimes it takes even less time than that, like with this guy. Well, anyway, my name's Pat Stewart. This is my friend, Brian the Sock Puppet. And, well, we're hoping he's going to be gone soon and that whoever is still left is a little less destructive. My name's Pat Stewart. I never vote conservative, and you shouldn't either.